Welcome to Ask Fear and Greed, where we take your questions and do our best to answer them. I'm Michael Thompson, and good afternoon, Sean Aylmer.
Good afternoon, Michael.
Sean, great question today. It has come from Chris on LinkedIn, and you can jump onto LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or head to our website, fearandgreed.com.au, if you would like to ask your question. But Chris has done that. He says, "Morning, Fear and Greed team. A personal bugbear of mine. Why on earth does a bank in Australia still take up to 3 days to transfer money from one account to someone else's account?" He goes, "I know there are fast options now with Osko and the like, but that's often for smaller sums, and I'll often still get an alert anyway saying it may take 2, maybe 3 business days to clear. What's there to clear? It's my money, it's digital, and it should be instant."
Yes.
I feel better after reading Chris's question.
Yeah.
It just feels like this is a universal bugbear, not just one for Chris.
Yeah, so I totally agree. It should never take 3 days. Now, there are some reasons for it.
Okay.
There used to be reasons for it, but I just don't know whether they hold sway anymore in a digital world. So there's a bunch of processing steps when you transfer money. If I was transferring money to you, or far, far, far less likely you are transferring money to me, right?
Yeah, that's true.
There's things like security checks, verification of my account, your account. Often there's an intermediary bank. So if you were with Commonwealth Bank, I was with Commonwealth Bank, it's quicker than if you were with Westpac. It's even quicker than if you were Bank of Bendigo and I was Commonwealth Bank. That takes often even slower. There's, time zones, bank cutoff times, weekends, holidays, all that sort of stuff. So they're kind of the reasons that they've always been given for the 3 days. But I'm not really buying that. And we're not talking about international transfers. We're not talking about changing currencies. Sometimes when you're doing things like Swift or Wire bank transfers, I understand that they would take more time. Maybe PayPal takes more time. But just to transfer between an account, one to the other, I don't see any reason why that shouldn't happen immediately. And I must say, if I transfer money, mostly, if you've done it once before, it actually remembers that you've done it before. And so you can, so when I transfer between my accounts and, some stupid idiot like me has banks with 3 different banks. So if you're shifting money, that happens instantaneously because they're used to it.
Yeah.
But if I was giving money to you, which I have never done.
I have noted you don't even have a bank account details. You've never needed them in the past. Yeah. But no, I can understand then why that would be faster, going from, say, one of your own accounts to another account with a different bank, because they would only need to do the security checks once, for instance, and it's happening from Australian bank to Australian bank. But again, it is all digital now, and these checks should be able to happen you wouldn't think there would be kind of too much manual processing involved in any of this. Yeah. International, different story altogether. Yeah. I get that as well. But then when we're talking locally about kind of bank closures and kind of business days, why does a business day even come into it for Australia when it is all digital? I'm as fired up as Chris is now.
What annoys me is that I have regular payments from one of my accounts in one bank to another account every month. It takes not 3 days, it takes about a day and a half. And this is a regular from one of my accounts to another. If I actually did it on my phone, it would be instantaneous. But when it's a scheduled payment, it takes longer. I have no idea why.
And doesn't it throw your life out when it just suddenly, it doesn't turn up for a day and a half? And all of a sudden, that's got things that would then kind of flow on from there, automatic deductions that are going to come out of that, or you just need to pay the groceries or something. And you're standing at the checkout going, why hasn't this money come across?
Yes, very frustrating.
So this is less of an Ask Fear and Greed and more of what grinds my gears. Anyway, I don't know, Chris, whether we've actually given you an answer. We have actually, to be fair, and Sean, you have actually answered why it has historically been the case. There are all those factors in terms of the processing, the manual component of it, time zones, security checks, all of those bits and pieces. But you are absolutely right, Chris. We can't see any reason why in this day and age, in the digital age, that it cannot and should not be instant.
Ever. Because it is instant sometimes, but there are a bunch of times that it's not, and I don't understand that.
And it should be consistently instant.
Yes.
Anyway.
Off our chest, feeling better.
Need to take a break now, Sean. Anyway, look, thank you, Chris, for your question, and thank you, Sean, for answering it and getting as fired up as I was.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Chris.
If you have your own question that you would like us to answer, then please jump onto the website fearandgreed.com.au or head to LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, send us a message and we will pop it on the list, and chances are we will get quite angry. I'm Michael Thompson and this is Ask Fear and Greed.